Hi, I'm Todd Jones, host of Pressbox Access, a podcast of interviews with many of the greatest sports writers ever. Few have had a career as acclaimed as Dave Kindred. He cherishes his experiences, says he went everywhere and did everything he ever wanted to do. That makes it even more special that late in his life, Dave has been writing about the Morton High School women's basketball team in Morton, Illinois. He talks in this clip about what that team has meant to him in the past decade. Listen, and you'll be reminded that we all need community.
I'm going to wrap this up by talking a little bit about how writing and family coexist for you and what they've done for you in the past decade. I know you've had a lot of hardship in the last decade. I know the writing community has heard for you. Your wife, Cheryl, wife of nearly 60 years, died in June of 2021. And in the previous 5 years to that, she was non-responsive and unable to communicate because of a stroke. And prior to that, a year prior to that, her stroke, you lost your mother at age 96 and you lost your grandson, Jared, at age 25. So you've had to endure the hardships of life. And yet through it all, you've kept writing. And I mentioned 60 Minutes, and what they featured last year was how you were writing about the Lady Potters, the Morton High School women's basketball team in Morton, Illinois. And you started doing that in 2010. And even after your wife had her stroke, you continued to write. And has the idea of writing changed for you throughout the difficulties that you've had to face in the last decade?
Well, I thank you for all that. It's kind of been my way of dealing with it. It's therapeutic in a way, life affirming in a way. Certainly being around the girls' basketball team has been life affirming in the sense that you're seeing teenage athletes playing a kid's game for fun. It's no longer, I write about it a little differently. I write about it a lot differently than I ever wrote about Muhammad Ali or the Washington Redskins or anything, because it's not professional sports. I just try to find something to write about each time. It created for me a community of people that I knew here. It's been fun. I mean, I like basketball to begin with. It's the little gyms where I grew up in Central Illinois. It's high school basketball. There's no transfer portal. There are no agents. There's no spectacles at halftime. It's just kids playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we all got into it for. Most sports writers were kids playing games. Not all of us, but a lot of us. And we've all played catch with our dad or mom. We've all, had a sister, daughter, girlfriend, cheerleaders. It's a life that we grew up in, and that's kind of where I am. I don't need to do. I've been everywhere. I've done everything I ever wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been fun. Been doing it for 11 years now. Probably written 500,000 words about a girls' basketball team. At one point, I did, Todd. At one point, of course, I did negotiate for some pay because I told the webmaster, who was the father of one of the players who was doing a website that I was writing for. I said, "Look, Dave, I'm a professional sports writer. I should be getting something for doing this." So I've said that he appraised my talent, my experience, and my good looks, and said, "How about a box of Milk Duds every game?" So that's what I've done. I've been writing for 11 years for Milk Duds and had a great time doing it. My wife was with me for the first 5 years of it. And the girls have been to the nursing home to see her. The team has come there 4 or 5 times. And it's been just a great experience for me that, I was done. I mean, I was going to keep writing. I was going to find some way to write a novel, do something. But the girls thing, I went to a game, a friend's daughter played. I went to a game and I realized that I could not sit there without wanting to write something about it. So I went to the webmaster. I saw him at the game and said, "I'd like to write something for you." he didn't know who I was. In fact, he was quoted later as saying, "This disheveled old man came out of the stands and asked me if he could write for us." Well, that was me. Yeah, okay. And so I started writing, and I haven't stopped. I've been to over 350 girls' high school basketball games in the last 11 years. The team was always decent, but then my fifth year, they won a state championship, 3A, four classes in girls basketball. They're the 3A class. And they've since have won 3 more state championships. So I hooked on to a good thing, and it was fun. And it's been fun, and I will do it again this year.
Well, you found your community at a time that, we all need community. We need it always throughout our life. And I'm so glad that you found it through what you have always done so well, and that's writing. And I want to thank you. I recently read your 2021 memoir, Leave Out the Tragic Parts, about your grandson's struggle with addiction and how substance abuse cost him his life at age 25. And I was just blown away, not just by the quality of the writing, which I expected, but just your honesty and the wisdom that came forth. Please, everybody, read Dave's latest book and look up the blog on Lady Potters and look up anything that Dave has written over the years. It's so fantastic. So,
well, thank you. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for all of that. I appreciate it. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for all of that.
Well, thank you. And thank you for your career, but also thank you for taking the time to join us on Press Box Access. It's been a real treasure. I'm always going to remember this hour with you, Dave.